Agents Mulder and Scully.
Well, that was a fumble.
I thought you may have been abducted by aliens.
No.
It's
Oh, here we go.
fluke.
Oh, I was going to play a video, but it wouldn't play for some reason. But here it is.
I'm sorry. I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Smooth talker.
That movie is one of those bad movies that you want to like. If you've ever seen Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Plus he's a great actor.
That was his last movie, I think, before he passed.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh, that's kind of a
Yeah,
shame.
what a way to go out. That's unfortunate. Yeah.
And she still looks about the same, and she's like 62 or something.
Yeah. So welcome everybody.
Sam Elliott
It's the
been
first
old forever.
Yes. The first episode of 2025. Welcome.
All right.
Yeah.
We made it. We made it.
You know, there was a time I wasn't sure.
It was touch and go there for a while. So welcome, Beard of Liberty. Welcome.
Hi, I'm still mostly alive, recovering from a cold or whatever the hell I have. So if I disappear for a little bit, do a coughing fit, I apologize. I will try to remember to mute myself. But always fun to be back here, and always fun to be revisiting some X-Files. I never watched them religiously back in the day, so a lot of these episodes are a first watch for me. Or if they're not a first watch, it was a kind of a vaguely like rerun, some sort of thing back in the past.
Yeah, well, it was like 30 years ago. So.
Yeah.
No, you're lying. It could not have been that long ago.
Yeah.
Makes me old.
Well, I think you need to maybe keep your electrolytes up, Beard. I couldn't imagine how they got low, but yeah, keep those up. Keep at it. Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, Nadia is going to start watching X-Files season 1. So that's cool. I think that starts this Friday morning. I think.
Yeah,
Friday
that's real awesome. She's gonna have a good time, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna
She
enjoy
has
that.
great taste.
Yeah, she's got a lot going on
Sweet.
right now with her over on her channel. So yeah, go over there and give it a check.
I don't know what that is.
I got nothing.
Shieldwall, what up? And
Hey, good to be here. Yeah, the first 2 episodes of season 2, and I think it by this point the show had got some momentum and it had like a fan base, but this season is where it's going to really start picking up with like people being like, hey, did you see X-Files? And everybody, it becomes must-watch TV this season. Yeah, so we'll go over these the two episodes and see exactly how good they were, strong they are, or whatever. But it's good to be here. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, first show of the new year. Awesome. So hopefully this year is a good year for everybody and everything. So we'll see.
Yep. And Mando.
It's I'm alive. I know it's strange. Yeah, I'm glad it's 2025 and
I don't know. Do I know this person? No, just kidding.
I have no idea. Like, I just randomly show up places sometimes.
Yeah, randomly show up, light stuff on fire.
You know,
then leave.
my
Where
friend who
in
was
the
lit on
world
fire
is
is actually
Untamed
very
Mando?
much fine. She's fine. Everyone's okay. She only had mild burns on her legs.
We're all fine here. Thank you. How are you?
I mean, it's not like I went to jail or anything this past year.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely
It's only
not.
been 7 days. Give it a chance.
There's still time. So,
But
Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling a lot better doing the so this past 7 days this year's been pretty good so far.
Yep, it has. And for the first time on the show, Adam Gray. Welcome.
Hello. Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's very exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
I'm a big old fan of the X-Files, so this is great.
Nice. Yeah, this I'm looking forward to this season. There's some good ones. One of my favorites is what is it? Oh, Humbug. That is like one of my all-time favorite episodes.
If I'm not here for that
good
one,
and
I'm
quirky
gonna have
and-
to unsub from you because my friend is in that episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Back in the day,
The bearded lady? No, just kidding.
well, no, that's my wife. We're not a friend.
Oh.
Yeah, back in the day, I was a tattoo artist, and I was friends with the Enigma who plays the Conundrum on Humbug.
Oh, really?
sweet.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's a great guy.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, maybe I can relate a few little stories about him or whatever. When we
Right
get
on.
there, tonight we have episode 1 and 2, which is also exciting.
Yeah. Yep. And the other fella that is on the show a lot of the times for X-Files, Roman of the Empire.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me back for this. Yeah, I love doing the X-Files episodes. God knows I tried to be here for them. This season, for me, as Shieldwall said, this is when they really did find its legs. Season 1 is a little uneven. They had some good episodes. They had some what the heck was that episodes. But this season, it started off with a bang. Little Green Men was great, and then leading into The Host, which is my personal favorite series episode. So I'm looking forward to this discussion tonight. And The Host, by the way, is not a good episode to watch if you're eating Chinese food. So just
we're sitting on the toilet.
or ever really. It's very unnerving. So yeah, these are great ones.
Yes.
It was just a banger of a start, as the kids would say.
I mean, I'm just looking forward to the praise of the pantsuit and the criticism of the ties.
Oh yeah.
Well, that is abound, my
I do have
friend.
to
That is
say,
abound.
Always got to do the tie
The
regime.
bad ties kind of lessen as the series goes on. So kind of
Yeah,
sad.
we'll see. We'll see.
We really like the bad Mulder ties.
Well, I mean,
And shoulder
as soon as we
pads,
jump in
yeah.
Little Green Man, I'm going to comment on Scully's coat because I had a problem with it immediately. It's too big. It's too big a coat. She's like
Was she
just
still
like an
coming
infant
off
inside out.
of the pregnancy weight or something? at that
She
point?
might be,
I think,
because I know she was with Alien Baby at towards the end of season 1.
Season 1. She was so many months pregnant, I think, and then like between she, had the child. I was gonna say pop the kid out, but had the child.
Yeah, you make it sound like it's just like a
It's like
No big deal.
Shucking an oyster. Just out it comes. I love the way this season starts off with this. The whole the Voyager SETI thing or the Voyager thing, not SETI, was just great. You get the with the narrative.
Before time began. Oh, I'm sorry. That's
No.
that's Transformers. Sorry.
No.
In a world.
But Mulder's just describing that we sent, the Voyager spacecraft out, and I forget what year it passed out of Neptune and essentially out of our system. You know,
Yes.
which is
It was
it's an interesting
13
thing.
years after it was launched. or
Okay.
something like that. It passed Neptune.
Squeaker.
The best mouse, the squeaker mouse. And then in Puerto
Yeah,
Rico,
there's the big old
Yeah.
satellite.
That thing
the,
Yeah,
a couple years
Yeah,
ago like collapsed in or something.
yeah, it's gone
Did it?
now because
Yeah, they shut it down.
well, one of those lines that go out across it, it had been long, in like many years in disrepair, basically just kind of like barely surviving, and one of those big arms in that central area kind of collapsed on it, and it's gone. There's no purpose in like
Because
rebuilding it.
underneath that the dish, it's hollow under there.
Yeah.
So it smashed through it, and
Right.
it cost too much.
I mean, and at the time that it was built, it
Some
was like
GoldenEye
top
there,
of the
didn't it?
line, sort of like
Mhm.
radio telescope, but we've got much better things that are much smaller and easier to maintain. So it's just not worth rebuilding it
Yeah.
anymore. But yeah, that's gone now.
I mean,
I think it is worth taking your skateboard down there if you can get there.
I
Yeah.
don't know. What was one of those James Bond movies? Right? Was shot there.
Yes.
Was running around in the
Yeah.
bottom.
GoldenEye, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think GoldenEye, because that's where Sean Bean dies.
oh, buys it?
Bean.
Yeah.
Dies. Big surprise.
He's got to die somewhere.
Scene Bean or Sean Bond.
Yeah, and it starts picking up signal.
Yep.
Yeah, there was
This was cool.
Yeah, so it's a program to detect
Yeah, it was.
alien life, basically like the SETI program, but it was like a big government thing, and they shut it down.
Mhm.
And this starts, receiving data and everything.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be receiving transmissions from wavelengths that we don't use. There are specific ones that we're not allowed to use, and
Well,
That's
and it's
where-
also like wavelengths that are not natural. They reference it later on, but if you know the story of the WOW signal, you get you
Yep.
pick up on that early. But they specifically reference it later on, being something that kind of popped in that was unexpected, that fell into a range that was not like natural or whatever. And the dude just kind of wrote "WOW" next to it, and you definitely get those vibes kind of going into this.
And this
yeah,
is
and it starts playing the Voyager record back. That's that's what you hear coming through the
Yeah.
speakers.
mhm.
It's sending that information back
Mhm.
to us.
And
Is
the
this,
sun, the
this is
sunflower
before the
seed.
movie Contact, though, right?
I believe
believe-
yes.
I believe
Oh.
so.
Yeah, I think so.
It's very similar.
And this is another character in the show, sunflower seeds.
Yes.
they
Or
have
Mulder.
their own trailer.
This is where we figure out that Mulder
Yeah.
is the disgusting guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay if you're in like a vehicle and you're tossing them out the window, or you're at
You're just making a nest out of them.
yeah.
he's
but
just
in a-
used to Texas Roadhouse, where you throw the peanut shells on the floor.
I can never do that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that-
I don't like that either.
that really I really don't like that either. It just
Well, in his defense, he's been parked out here on assignment, and he's not happy
Yeah,
about
in
it.
right.
a rundown building.
It looked like he was in
Dana-
like a shed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, I mean, he's doing a stakeout. He's doing doing listening crap, which is what the FBI is doing to me right now. But yeah, it doesn't look like he's doing it from a nice location. Yeah, this poor
this
Scully's
is-
doing
this is weird.
autopsies. She's having some kind of a reflection while she's doing it.
Well,
And
I mean,
everything he was, all his hopes, his dreams, were in this small mass of gray
but
tissue.
it's something. It's something you think about, though. I mean, this isn't just some. I mean, it's a body, but it was a person. It's not some animal that you're cutting up. It's actually a person. That's what I was taking from this girl. You sounded kind of spooky there.
Well, and she's
Spooky.
obviously thinking of Mulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Scully should have brought the scalpel moment. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Have a young Frankenstein moment. Like, father's work was doo-doo.
Stabbed a leg.
Less dismissed.
I don't know. His shoulder pad game is a little
Yes.
lacking with this suit.
I hate shoulder pads so much.
Like
Yeah,
look,
Mulder-
This is
Mulder's-
weird. He just
they're
walks
there,
faster.
but they're not as pronounced. As
they're
the,
not pronounced.
right as the first.
He's
Season.
not like, not like linebacker.
But so
and he walks
says hi and he just walks by. Yeah,
Nothing.
He's
Not
treating
even
it.
acknowledgement.
He's treating it kind of like a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't even know if he saw her. I know they have their discussion in a couple of minutes about things. I don't think he saw her at all, though. I think he was literally just in
Zoned
his-
out.
I hate my job and my life so much right now. I just want to get to the end of this hallway. We've all been there.
Yeah, because he's got like I forget exactly if it's established. He is like basically a photographic sort of memory. So for him to like walk by her and not acknowledge or remember that he walked by
At
her,
all.
he had to have been completely checked out of reality.
So this is
So
the
this is
signal,
like their
the post-it on the
message.
Samantha.
Yeah, to talk to each other.
Oh, then we're gonna go through a whole flashback scene right now with Mulder. No, we're in the basement. Okay, I'm sorry.
Not
We
yet.
get a flashback. Or are we getting the flashback scene?
Flashback,
Nope.
flash.
now
Remember
we're at the
when
Watergate Hotel.
flashbacks were actually flashes and not a whole entire scene?
And he's like, "What do you want, Scully? Do you have information? Because they're only supposed to meet if they have things important that they need to share, because the X-Files is broken up and Mulder doesn't want to disrupt the boat any further and cause any, eyes are watching is the way he feels about it.
Yeah.
You walked within a foot of me, Mulder, and you didn't even acknowledge me. Look, Scully,
It's not all about you.
it's that
Scully.
quote.
her putting the
It's
So the-
all about you.
picture of his sister down with that. I don't know if the sticky note was part of the message, or he just had it on there. But with that picture down on his desk, that's her signal to him that she wants to meet.
Yep.
It was like their thing they set
Right.
up, because they're not supposed to be talking to each other, and they kind of got to do everything kind of covertly, because they shut the X-Files down and they're being watched by like the smoking man's underlings or whatever. The people that pop Deep Throat in season 1.
Yeah.
Right. Which, so it's a concern.
It looks like she's
And-
got hockey pads or football pads on underneath there.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
tough.
yeah,
it's a
her
tough-
shoulder pad game
Shoulder
is
pads.
on point. It's early 90s, right there.
And she didn't actually have anything relevant. She just wanted to make sure he was okay. And he's not, though, because he's in a questioning mode right now. Is everything, did any of it
He's
mean
been
anything?
in that room.
We've got, yep, eating the sunflower
He's
seeds,
been in
listening to
that
the
room
mobsters talk
for
about nothing.
months. So yeah, he's
Well,
Not
the
having a
mobsters were
good time
talking
right
about
now.
like strip clubs and stuff, like which ones are best and how expensive they are and all kinds. It was like kind of boring stuff.
She's thinking about him.
Aww.
But he's despondent. She's like, hey, Zax, what's happening there, pal?
hey,
Zach.
Zach.
And she's like, we can't just keep doing this, pretend nothing ever happened, but we got to get on with things. And next time we meet, we're going to meet in public.
You
And
can't
he's
talk
still,
about shoulder pads without Zach showing up for some reason.
that's an interesting phenomenon, Adam. just boom, shoulder pads.
I just noticed it.
Well, kind of to what Goat said earlier about Mulder being the one that doesn't want to rock the boat. I kind of like the idea that like he was so convinced that everything was true. He got evidence that things were true and then got shut down. And now he's just defeated. Whereas Scully is the one who's like, this is a real thing. Now she's like actually fired up. So I guess it does kind of make sense. It does seem a little bit weird that he'd be the one that was super defeated. But if you go all in for so many years, finally get evidence of what it is, and then get shut down. Yeah, I buy into the just like I'm done.
I buy it.
Yeah, the just surrender to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this dynamic goes back and forth through the series too. This is not the only time. It's just the first time. And this kid looks just like Mulder.
More like your shoulders,
now we're in the
Zax.
flashback. He wants to watch The Magician. She wants to watch something else. They're playing Stratego. It was a good time.
And then the power goes out. And the picture starts
like,
rattling.
oh, look what you did. You blew the fuse.
And now there's an earthquake. Great.
Yeah, this scene reminded me a lot of Close Encounters. Just the way it's shot, the lighting, and so much Close Encounters going on.
Oh, I love Close Encounters.
Yeah, good movie.
And we get the gray, the floating girl. And he's
the girl
fumbling around, trying to get his gun, or his dad's gun, I guess, which he feels responsible for what happened because he was the older brother. He was in it, and he didn't really do anything. I mean, he was trying, but there wasn't a lot he could do, to be honest.
I mean, that's something. I mean, as an older brother, that's something that's always, it's part of the territory. Is even if it's the stuff that you can't fix or like attack or whatever, you can't handle whatever is going on to your younger siblings. It always just kind of hits you differently.
Oh,
and I'm sure, like, at some point in time, like, the parents probably let something slip or said something that added on to that guilt.
Yeah. So this was interesting. So he gets summoned to the hill, Capitol Hill, for those of you who weren't paying attention. And this was a weird scene because, as far as I know, we had never seen this guy before, had we?
He's mentioned in one of the.
This is the introduction to Skinner
in an episode.
Yeah.
And tell me the painting behind Mulder doesn't look a little bit like Chewbacca. Sure, it's not, but that's what it reminds me of. That was my takeaway.
I do got to say, I really like Mitch Pileggi as a. Oh no, it's not Mitch. We have. Sorry, this is the different guy. Never mind. We haven't got to Skinner yet. Never mind.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
It's funny though. This actor, who I didn't remember from this, if you've seen the show Justified, he plays Arlo Givens, Raylan Givens' father, who is a kind of low life criminal, and it's just it was weird seeing him much younger in the role of a senator. And
Bet he's still a senator to this day.
He probably is.
And he's
never getting out of there.
One of the pieces of music was what was the music? I can't remember.
Bach, concerto number
Bach. Yeah, Bach.
Two, because Mulder says 3, and then the guy holds up 2 fingers. Yeah.
Do you like Bach, Mulder?
The same music that was on
Let's hear it again. And then he pulls him aside.
Yeah, it's the same music that's on the Voyager spacecraft. It's one of the first.
Yeah. Oh, that's
on it. Yeah.
He's got the whole thing going on here. He's got the white collar with the blue shirt, suspenders, and a funky pattern tie. That's the whole ball of wax.
Yeah,
there.
that's the 90s CEO package right there.
And the tie chain, you know.
Yep.
Please never say 90s CEO package again, Shield.
He also looks like he could be asking him if he could come into work on Saturday. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, we're gonna need you to move down to the basement.
It's not a half day or anything.
And I agree with Amelia here. Let's bring back the whole unbuttoned dress shirt with the coat thing. Let's slightly disheveled. Looks good.
I don't know. I like a good 3-piece suit with like suspenders and a nice tie. That's my aesthetic. I like.
What about
I've rocked
waistcoats?
the unbuttoned dress shirt and jacket. Come on,
What about
nothing wrong with
kilts?
that.
I happen to know that
Yes,
Amelia is
kilts.
I don't
also
mind kilts. I think kilts are. I think kilts should come back. Yes.
Amelia's a big fan of men's hats. So if you're trying to impress, get
What
yourself
about
a sharp
frocks?
hat.
How about frocks?
Eh,
On me? I don't have the legs I used to.
So he's basically he wants to cover it. He's playing the music again. He's like they may be listening. They being whomever they are. And this is when he's getting his hey, it'd be great if you could assignment, except the assignment is to go to Puerto Rico.
The proverbial they, in quotes.
They,
Yeah.
them, who, them.
The infamous they.
Top men.
Yes.
You top man.
But I mean, the set pieces here
So it's
are
like,
all
yeah,
great. You
read the
believe
signal.
this is the senator's office. He's got the books, the wood, the lighting. You know,
Yeah, the art.
it has that. It's nice. They did a good job with it.
It smells
doesn't
like
come
good
off
whiskey. Yeah.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
probably got good cigar smelling in the whiskey. Just the
Mhm.
whole.
Leather.
Smell of
Great
power.
leather.
Yeah.
So he slips him the.
So it gives him this sequence of numbers.
What is this?
This is the radio satellite readout.
Contact.
Yes.
Mhm.
And now he gets that gleam in his eye.
There he is, Skinner. Mitch Pileggi, I like him as an actor. I like him as Skinner. I liked him when he came into was it Stargate?
Atlantis.
I think he brings
Atlantis?
a lot to everything that he's in. And I also am a huge fan
Yeah,
of the
he does.
Smoking Man. So
He was
Well,
the captain of the ship, the new
Yeah.
interstellar
And,
ship.
and I gotta say, let me turn my camera back on. As a bald man, it takes a lot of balls to be able to pull off the unfully shaven bald head look, and the dude rocks it every single time.
mhm.
I
He is
think only certain
wasn't
guys
very
can pull it
specific.
off.
Wasn't he in Jag too?
Maybe.
I don't remember that. I do not remember. I'm sorry, but I may have been drinking a lot that year. But he
now
always
they're
has a
recording-
very
they
serious
recorded-
don't. Yeah. They're playing back the conversation that they
yes,
just
don't mess with me.
in the senator's office. This is an unauthorized Smoking Man wiretap.
It was Skinner. Skinner recorded him interviewing
Scully. That's her.
Scully.
Yeah. And yet she doesn't
so
know
he's
where
just
he is.
playing that back, and
Yeah, I'm sorry. I might
She didn't
forget
know
my
where he
brain.
is.
I'm skipping ahead.
Yeah, he's got
and
gravitas.
oh my goodness, the cigarette man is out of cigarettes.
Now he's extra grumpy.
Done.
He's like,
I need
he'll
the
find
smoke
him.
to survive.
There's a part here that I find amusing, and I think I understand why they did it, but I also think it was kind of dumb. But we'll get there in a second. As much as I thought the episode was good, it's like, why did you do this?
Then it cuts to somewhere in Canada with some tropical plants here and there.
Yes, thrown in, which is now Puerto Rico. Vancouver disguised as Puerto Rico.
Can't tell a
And Mulder-
difference at all.
That's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Mulder has his fake sweat on because you never sweat in Vancouver.
Like Hillbilly
I
Mexico.
mean,
Rico.
and I don't think anybody really truly sweats like you see on TV. At least I don't.
Well, and also,
I
if he
have.
was actually in Puerto Rico, it wouldn't just be in one spot. He would just
He'd
be
be drenched.
drenched. Like hair
All right,
would be
here's-
dripping. Like it. Ugh.
This is important. He looks at the locked gate and finds a way to get around it. He looks at the locked gate. Remember this moment. when he looks at the locked gate and then walks
Yes.
miles around to get where he's going. I want you to remember that because it's important. There's a test later.
I'm writing it down.
I'm not. I'll fail.
On my bar napkin.
You are correct. My apologies.
They glisten.
Got his
Yes.
little tape
And he's
recorder.
recording everything he's doing. There doesn't appear to be any activity outside. Remember, he walked miles around because the front gate was locked.
Well, this lock is also going to
And the
become
door's
interesting in a
locked.
minute too.
Yeah, it does.
No, I'll give him this. If you can get around something without making it clear that you broke in and then
That's
break
why-
in later at a later state, okay,
That's fair.
maybe.
That's a
fair.
nicer version of this. That's me giving Mulder some credit. I don't know.
But
that it's
also,
necessary.
I've seen plenty of places that had a locked gate where you walked 50 yards one direction, and you just walked around the fence.
Yep.
Like it was for show,
I've seen those.
basically.
Yep.
Basically,
And I'm
all
sure with
locks
this
are for
being an
show.
abandoned facility, I'm sure there's probably an opening in the fence that an animal created.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on down there. I mean, Scully's at Mulder's house looking for clues as to where Mulder may be. And this is when she's trying to figure out his password. I thought this was hilarious. And also, I do like her glasses a great deal.
Oh, she was so lovely back in the day. Oh my gosh.
Spooky.
Spooky. It's not spooky. It's not Samantha.
Early 90s hacking, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Take you about 8 or 9
Oh, yeah.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he, whatever reason, he has a scan of the document that the senator gave him on his computer,
She prints it.
and it's galactic coordinates,
Yes.
Right.
which she finds interesting, which I get. Then these two a-holes come in though, and they're very rude to her.
Yeah, these are the surveillance
What are you
feds.
doing here? I'm feeding the fish.
I don't know. What are you doing here, a-hole?
She pulls this
Yeah,
off
these
pretty
guys
well.
see
It's a
that
little obvious.
Yeah,
but
she prints
Print
out the
and
screen,
it's like, it's just
the
a
thing,
test.
and then
they
which,
don't
yeah,
recognize. They don't recognize what's on the paper. Yeah.
okay. I just crumple it up, throw it away. No big deal. Oh, darn it.
I mean, yeah, they're just doing a basic job, like surveillance job. They don't have any information on what they actually are looking for. So,
Yeah. These are
They probably also hate their lives.
oh yeah,
She's purposely
I hate their
spills
lives.
fish food.
oh yes. Shout out to floppy disk, kids. If you don't know, look it up.
Well, it's
Some
basically
of them are
it's
only
when you
sort of
see-
floppy.
It's when you see a save button that the square thing with the round thing, but that's a floppy disk.
It's not a condition older men get. I just want to point that out
It
now.
has information. It was the original cloud. Ha 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 ha.
Jeez.
You hate your life, Bob? Yeah, I hate my life, Jack. You? Yep, I do, immensely. Okay.
All right. Let's go back to the car and drink coffee.
Now it's starting to look more realistic with the sweating.
yeah.
Why is he wearing a shirt outside of his shirt if he's still sweating?
Because he looks great.
Why? Take it off.
It's the only way he
Sham
can
does.
hide his shoulder pads in there.
The only reason to do that, and I will defend this as somebody who lives in South Texas during the summers, I actually wear sometimes extra layers during the summer to hide the sweat, but he's just doing a really bad job.
All
Okay.
right. I
So,
can accept.
so our
sh-
man Jorge is in the bathroom,
Oh,
and
poor Jorge.
yeah.
What's Jorge doing in there? How long has he
How
been
did
in
he
there?
get,
What
how
would
did he
do?
get
How
in
did
there?
Jorge
If
get
the,
in
if
there?
the
That's
door
the
was
thing.
chained shut.
Oh,
Exactly.
Mulder
So-
had to cut the lock to get in, and yet
and
Jorge's
yet
been here
Jorge
for a while now.
is magic.
Those
I'm
aliens
telling you, there
beamed
was
him in
probably
there.
a hole in the fence that an animal made, and
But this is in
But
the.
how did Jorge get in the building?
In the
There's
building,
probably
a hole in the building that an animal made.
Sure,
There's a
that
hole in the
or
building.
like
a separate
vent.
entrance or something.
Yeah.
But it's not that important. And Jorge's freaked out. He's like, oh, no, senor, no.
Maybe he's a fluke and he crawled out of the toilet.
Yeah.
I get ahead of myself.
You know, I do appreciate that they don't just do the typical TV trope of just random dude speaks English. And so he's like, "You speak English?" The guy's like, "No."
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of communication
Okay, I
barrier
speak
there.
Spanish now.
Yeah.
So he gets a
Yeah,
pen
that
from
was
him
good.
here. But instead
This
of writing
this
on
isn't like
literally
Stargate where-
any piece of paper, he just writes on the wall
This
like a
isn't like
freaking
Stargate
savage. It's
where
like,
you-
what is that, dude?
Go to different planets and everybody speaks English.
No, you can't do that.
Well, if we have space travel by then, we probably have like some sort of translator thing that automatically would translate any other language into what you understand. I'm sure that that's a thing.
Right.
Like a babblefish.
Yes.
That like on the babblefish, yeah.
I'm cultured. So she takes this poor guy at the U.S. Naval Observatory. So he's the one who tells who was telling the WoW signal story earlier. Is that you, Beard?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where you're getting the WoW story, the WoW signal story. And he's like, yeah, have you heard of that? And then he lays out what you mentioned earlier, except this is better.
Yeah. I got to point this out though. This guy basically looks like if Roman had more hair, because he is still just like he is done with everything.
Wow.
Like he has no care whatsoever.
I hate my job so much. I come in here every day. There's nothing going on. There's nothing out there, man.
But yes, he does
Just be
reference the
thankful
WoW
you don't
signal.
work at a sewer.
Yeah, he does reference the WoW signal, which is a real thing. You can look it up.
Yeah.
And that is what happened. There was this big spike in a specific range of frequencies, and the guy the guy circled it and literally wrote in red pen "Wow." And as much as they went back to try to re-scan that same place of sky to get the same signal, they've never been able to do that. So that's kind of what this guy is getting into. He's like, yeah, this thing happened. We never were able to do it. This is huge. This is even bigger than that. And the printout that they're seeing is actually, if they say anything about it being like coordinates in the sky, it's not quite the same thing, because it does look very similar to the WoW printout that SETI received back in the day. So they do a lot of detail work here that kind of makes it a little bit more believable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Scully doesn't look impressed. So she's going through that's a giant stack of paper looking at manifest, trying to figure out if Mulder left. The name, and I'm not remembering what the name was. Okay, it was the story they told in the garage. It was a story Mulder told in the garage about the Palomar Observatory in San Diego and the man who built the telescope. It was the world's largest telescope at the time. And the idea came to him because a fairy came to his window and told him to build it. But I forget the dude's name. But that's what she kind of wanders across in this giant list of paper. What the hell?
Yeah,
I can't. We're gonna see it in a second.
His name sounded familiar too, because I think it's actually important in astronomy.
I'm in San Diego.
Yeah, he's a real dude.
I don't even remember.
No, I'm out here. I have no idea who built the Palomar Observatory or the telescope.
Mr. Palomar.
Nor have I ever been there. So
I got to look it up now because it's going to annoy me.
Oh, the dude. Hale. George
Hale. Yeah.
Hale.
Yeah, because he wanted to see elves or something.
Well, the elf told him to build it.
Yeah.
Which is how I get all my good ideas as well. Which means I need to hit dispensary again in a couple days. So I use this line to this very day. We use this line in our house. Jorge, no ho on the rojo.
No ho on the road.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know if we do though. It's every now and then in the kitchen we're like, no ho on the roho, and I know it's goofy, but I'm old and I find things funny. Who built the kaleidoscope? Probably not George Hale. Oh, okay. Brewster, like Brewster's Millions. Is that where they came from?
Some stoner.
Dude, look at the
Probably.
colors. So everything kicks on again here. The Jorge did
No,
not
eat
do
this
that. by the way.
mushroom, then look at the colors.
Now Jorge's getting freaked out because all the gear just turned on again, and it's loud.
Yeah, there's a terrible noise on the audio.
Jorge runs
Jorge
out.
runs out.
Not a
We
good
still don't know how
storm.
Jorge got in, but Jorge ran out.
During a storm.
Now's his chance.
I've been waiting for this moment for many years. I've been locked inside that restroom.
I've
El
been
Daño has
those
blew him
aliens.
out.
Those
My name is
those
Cornholio.
aliens locked me
You
inside
cannot have
that
my mum.
place.
Muchas faces.
And there's poor Jorge,
And
stone
then
cold dead in the
frozen.
forest.
Ah!
And that takes some doing in the tropics down there in Puerto Rico. Be stone cold
Yeah,
in the
it'd be fun.
forest.
So Scully is now going to Puerto Rico. She's at the airport. And she knows they're probably following her. So she has this delightful compact, which is keeping track of the not so subtle agents following her. This dude looked really familiar. The male agent looks super familiar.
Mhm.
Is he just like the dude that they always have? It's like, hey, we need a guy to follow people. Get the dude. Okay,
Yeah, he's
you
always
know
like
what I'm talking about.
Dude,
For
It's like-
one, she is definitely not in an actual airport. That building is used in so much like sci-fi TV shows and such.
Yeah.
Back
Isn't
in the
that
day.
like the San Diego Convention Center or something?
Look, all I know is
It looks like the convention center. You're right.
it was used in the CW Flash show, but it was also used in Stargate as the future gate terminal when they had to like undo things with time travel
yeah.
and weird stuff. It's the same building. I mean, you watch any like sci-fi shows through the 90s and early 2000s, you see that building.
Mm.
Oh, she calls and she leaves a clever message on Mulder's machine, which is the flight number for a different flight. But it's enough to throw the inept, I'm bored with my life FBI agent off his game.
Yeah.
Because she's smart and beautiful.
It's not just the coat, ladies and gentlemen.
Or the shoulder pads.
Gord!
Gordo!
Nice, Gord. I want to believe.
Good.
Nice.
So she is about to go book a different flight, I believe.
Yeah, she's going nuts to wherever they're going.
It's like we know where she's going. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Get
guy on
eyes
the
on her,
right is
then you'll know where
from
she's going.
Central casting for sure.
That is
Yeah.
an outfit, let me tell you. Blue green pants, pink and light blue.
Madras.
It's not good.
With
It's
the
not
leather brim on the
You
baseball
also
hat.
don't really
Oh
blend
yeah.
with that outfit. You're not blending. You are like, hey, look at me. Look at me right now.
Yeah, not even back then you weren't blending.
No.
No.
Gray, brown, black. Those are your colors. Stick with them. Or blue. That's fine. Dark blue. And Mulder's doing kind of a half-ass visual autopsy of Jorge.
Yeah, just
See,
observe.
we actually kind of got a flip flop of their roles because now
Yep.
he's looking at a body trying to figure out what's going on, and she's doing the spooky Mulder, everybody's out to get me stuff, which she normally wouldn't have believed before season 2. So we're kind of seeing a reversal of their roles.
So he comes to the loose determination that he was frightened to death.
Yeah, because he says there's no sign of like electric shock, no like lightning strikes or anything like that.
No trauma, but he has
Yeah.
goosebumps frozen in his flesh.
Yes.
And then he starts getting all sentimental. He's like, I don't know who to trust, Scully. I didn't used to be able to trust anyone but myself. Then I had you. Then they took you away from me. Now I'm down here with Jorge, and he's dead.
Well, he kind of starts talking like as if he expects that to be his last like statement to be found.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's kind of giving up.
Yeah, he's leaving a testimony, and he says Scully at one point while he's recording this, as if he's talking directly to her.
Yeah,
anyone could find this tape, but yeah, he's talking to Scully.
Yeah.
Well, then we're getting some outside noises. Oh, I think the machines all start going wonky here as well.
Yeah, everything starts shaking.
Lights. The door flies open.
And this
scene here with the
he drops
the
a
red
piece of
light
heavy
coming
gear
through.
First. Again,
locking the door. Yeah.
For me again, it's Close Encounters vibes. Yeah, totally.
Only thing, Mulder didn't get any sunburn here.
True. This also reminds me of when my wife uses the bathroom at 3 a.m.
The light comes on.
Or when you open an app that's been recently updated.
This is Roman waking up.
From dark mode to light mode.
I do have to point, because as much as I point out the failures of how guns work in TV shows, they did it right with this one. He's got a hammer-driven gun, which means he can do the whole click, click, click. He racks the slide, a round ejects, and he clicks it again several times, pulls out the mag, and it's full. Everything is fitting perfectly to how you would do, with the exception. No exception. Everything there like checks out. So as much as I've like ragged on early episodes for them doing dumb gun stuff, this was handled well.
You when you shoot a gun and it clicks, it's like, oh, jam or something, just rack it, and continue, and that's what he does. It's good stuff.
This also showed that even if he had gotten a hold of the gun when he was a kid, it wouldn't have mattered at all.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess that might take some of that guilt out from what he might have been like hanging on to.
I thought you were dead.
I'm just glad Scully's not wearing the exact same outfit. Glad they changed the outfit.
It's so hot down here. What are you doing wearing all these pads?
The director told me I had to wear shoulder pads. I can't help it.
So he's pissed off though, again, and not surprisingly, because he just lived through this event and he really doesn't have anything to show for it.
Again,
he wants to take the body. Obviously, they can't get the body out of the country, as Scully says.
And then the boys get going up.
They've got the audio tape, because right before he passes out, we see that the audio tape on the machine has copied some of what he has said and everything like that. So he grabs that.
I'm a little confused as to why he didn't take that printout, but
these are all good questions. I don't know.
I mean, it was a huge printout, so I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Heat of the moment.
I'll give him a little bit of leeway there, because if you're looking at like 18 feet of printout that is just out on the floor and you're trying to get it all together.
But he thought to grab the tape. I don't know. We'll let it go.
Then he pulls the
tape's
commando.
pocket sized. He does.
I thought they actually pulled clips from that movie. It looks so similar.
And now they're unloading on the federal agents, which is perfectly.
So here, these are the blue beret guys that are part of the military, if they were really covert, they wouldn't be wearing patches on a beret,
No.
so that people would be like, "Hey, what's that patch mean?" You know,
it would be just they'd be in camo,
no,
and that'd be.
I thought their equipment looked good. Like it looked.
Yeah, it looks
modern
cool,
for the
but
time, yeah, a lot of Velcro, pockets and stuff. But the beret, they could wear the berets maybe even, but they just wouldn't have an insignia on the top.
You would have no idea who they were. There'd be no names. There would be nothing. It would just be.
I mean, I just assumed that they were like your standard grunts that were sitting down to investigate a thing, and they didn't actually know what was going on.
No,
no. They were, they're very specific.
Yeah, these are SF guys.
Yeah, they're like a Black Ops unit, specifically to deal with alien stuff. That's their whole point.
It's a shorthand for the audience.
This was a great scene. Mulder demands, or we're not at Mulder demands. Mulder's getting his ass handed to him by Skinner for leaving. He's like, someone else had to cover that assignment while you were gone. He's like, we could have had them months ago. I'm just sitting in this room, slowly dying, and there was actually this event that happened.
Yeah, Mitch Pileggi is just fantastic. He just owns every scene that he's in. Like
he really does. Even with that ridiculous, like semi-transparent pinstripe shirt.
I found that distracting, frankly.
It's breathable.
And Cigarette Man is like, "You're done," and then he's like, "Get out of here." It's like, "Oh wait,
get out.
You want me to leave?" Oh,
I said, "Get out."
It says a lot about the power dynamics in here that Skinner actually can order him out of the room, meaning they both got something on each other.
Yeah, that look on his face when he looks at him, it's just kind of like, oh, what? But then he like tries to reestablish his dominance. Like, I just got another cigarette. Screw you guys. Smoke. He's like, I know what I got.
Isn't it about time to get back to your assignment, Agent Mulder?
And there's nothing on the tape. Totally erased.
Boo. I mean, Scully says something about like maybe a magnetic force that erased it.
Yeah, EMP could have or could have degauzed the tape.
Yeah, it's possible, but once again, Mulder comes up empty-handed. Grab that printout, bro.
It kind of reminds me of the bad guys in like an old cartoon, like Megatron. He's always trying to get the Autobots, but never, always fails at the end.
Cobra Commander,
or Claw on Inspector Gadget. I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Skeletor.
Until we meet again.
So Mulder's depressed. Scully's leaving.
Look at
back to sunflower seeds.
Look at this room he's in. This is like an abandoned building that they found the Squeeze Man in.
It's tombs where they were tombs. They found Tomb's nest.
Yeah.
How do I have to be here? Why here of all the places?
I do like the fact that he like pulls the tape off of the reader and she leaves, and as soon as he does, he puts it back on to like listen through it again because he just can't let go because he's Mulder. He can never let go.
Now, if you're doing a stakeout like that, why would you wear a suit? I'd be like in a track suit or something, like a leisure suit with a big
I'm not even wearing pants.
Nah.
And that's even right now with Roman. He's not even wearing pants right now. Please don't stand up.
There's like a Home Depot bucket that he uses as a bathroom right next to him. It's just unsavory.
It's like live streaming.
It is. You're right.
That was a good launch episode though into the season. You've established are broken. Skinner isn't as big I'm using V-chipping, as big a jerk as you thought he was. At the end of the episode, it stuck up for Mulder in the best way he could.
Yeah, you learn a lot about the power dynamics with just very subtle dialogue, very economical. Great introduction for Skinner. It's all very good. You don't know what to believe. You don't know who to root for. It's great.
Now, this
I mean, especially considering that, at least from what I understand, is they didn't know for a fact they were getting a season 2 at the end of season 1. This was a good kickoff to bring people back into it. There's just enough, confirmation of there being aliens or at least something else out there that the Mulder is looking for to really kind of hook you in. Good kind of government, shenaniganry. Yeah, that's a word. Like whether or not, like they're being truthful or not and all this other stuff. Obviously, I like that Skinner's brought in because Mitch Pileggi, we've said multiple times already, just he's great anytime he's on screen. And then obviously we get from this point on, we get more and more Smoking Man.
We love the Smoking Man. I do.
He was a great villain because he was a mystery, but you also immensely disliked him with the little bit you had on him. But he looked like the bad guy. Which was great. He didn't look like he wasn't the bad guy, even though he does try to play that gray area in later episodes. But at this point, he's just straight on the enemy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not good, but he's intriguing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you must think about him.
And here we are.
Oh, this beginning was so good. I love this. This was great.
And we get a glimpse into what Roman might have done in the military.
It's true. Well, the way they treat the younger dude, the lines that are delivered from the Russians are hilarious.
That's pretty good. The same in any trade. If you're the new guy, you're getting the shit detail.
In this case, quite literally. So this looks really good as far as the set goes. That looks like the head on a ship. The black toilet seat, the white toilet, the overflowing water. Whenever this would happen on the actual ship, though, you would yell brown trout because that's.
That was a real thing. It would really.
I get it.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah. The heads it would be awful, and then you have to have the
what would cause that?
Just literally crap getting backed up, and people flush things they shouldn't.
Oh, okay, got it. Right. I thought you meant like the seawater somehow would.
Well, it is actually that's seawater that is in that system.
No matter what,
I thought it just kind of dumped it out.
Yeah, no, we do.
Maybe, is there a holding tank?
Hey, I've got the job for you.
Oh, this. Why do I always have to do this job? It's like, because it is dirty and it's terrible. And you're young.
Look, jokes aside, jokes aside, it's not just smelly work. When you're dealing with septic stuff, some of those gases can incapacitate you within about 60 seconds.
Oh, there's
I've had to do septic work. I've had to open one up and pump it out. If you fall in, you're dead. Yeah, so regardless of whatever might be swimming around in this water, this dude is probably dead as soon as he falls in.
Yes, because in the real world, you'd be doing a confined space check. There's a myriad of things you would do.
Oh yeah.
In the Russian, merchant marine,
right there
not
in your
so
face. Oh, you're young. Go get another one like you. Huh?
It is blocked. You must unblock. I hate my life so much. I should have just stayed at Chernobyl. So this is disgusting. This is
empty that first. Come on.
Well, the funny thing, when we watch this chain of events and as it occurs, you're like, well, they could have just done that.
I forget exactly the reason that he gives, but there's a reason that they can't pump out the tanks before they do a certain thing. I'm not saying that it's a logical thing, but they do at least give a little bit of we can't do this until you do this.
Yeah, it might be because they want to have water, continue to have water in the system. And if you flush the tank, then you have to wait for the main tank to fill again before you have water for that system.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm looking at the maybe idea of it. But once poor Dimitri goes in the tank here,
and like there are probably like so many chemicals that like why are they're just breathing that in.
Yep.
Oh yeah, ammonia, disinfectants, methane. Yeah, terrible stuff.
Russian dinner.
If you thought what this place looked like before, now look at it. It's got Chinese
there for so long, and he's just screwing with these made a little radar array out of a cup. It's just
he's got doodles all over the place. But look how dirty! Come on, dude.
Well, they always give him great little business to do on his desk where he's playing with rubber bands.
Here's the real kicker: is Shasta soda.
Him and Dennis Nedry would get along well.
Yeah, that's right. Would.
Is Shasta soda even a real thing anymore?
I love
probably not. Yeah, it is. It is. I know
the later episodes where they start alluding to Mulder's porn issue.
Well, the real soda is Shasta with a T, so I think they just left the T out so they didn't have to pay
I thought
anybody.
It was the same thing. In my brain, I put the T in there because
I mean, that's what they were going for. So
it incorporates what should be there. And again, this is Mrs. of the Empire opening the bathroom door at 3:00 in the morning.
It's like Morley cigarette
on his face.
It's like, why is someone here? What's going on?
That's a look you get when somebody like checks their phone during a movie.
Yeah, this is your relief.
This room really looks like a burned out room. Like somebody was cooking meth in here and it got on fire.
Time to cook.
Yep. You got an assignment requested by Assistant Director Skinner himself. What?
Yeah, put your ugly tie on. It's time to go.
You're going to Jersey. Why? I get to stay in the room.
Yeah, what an upgrade, huh?
Look at this dude's tie. Look at that tie.
That's nuts. The bad lieutenant wants that back.
The lazy knot.
Yeah.
That's one of the great things about having a beard is you don't have to actually tie a proper tie knot. You can just get away with a lazy one. Nobody can see it.
I love the cop though. He's like, hey, I for the first time, I'm actually glad to turn this one over to you guys. Here come your waiters.
Salty takes an objection to our 90s tie commentary.
I never wore a boot. I've never. Well, at my wedding and
careful what you step in.
Many proms I went to.
The guy's like, "Be careful." Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to step in
anything.
Wait, you're saying a bow tie or a regular tie?
I think Salty was talking about a bow tie.
Oh, bow tie. The only time I had to wear it was with my mess dress, and that was like a clip thing. You didn't actually tie it.
I never wore the mess dress, but you had to go to like important events. Hey, in the Navy, a mass chief can either do or do not.
Really? As soon as I made E8, they were all up my butt to get that thing.
Nope. Master Chief, you don't have a dress that's a mess dress. I'm like, no. All right. Oh, this is so disgusting.
The guy's like, well, the front half of him's gone. You want me to roll him over?
And nope. And it clearly reeks not just from the sewage, but from Senor Ruski, who they have no idea who he is.
Decomposition, yeah.
And he's like, "Where should we send the bodies? Like, send it to the Assistant Director, care of Assistant Director Skinner."
Yep.
This scene is gold. This scene is absolute gold because he is so pissed because he thinks Skinner's just giving him another crap assignment, then I'm bumped. And this poor secretary is like, he's not available right now. He's like, well, go tell him I am here and I want to talk to him. All right.
Yeah, that's one of those moments where you're like, I see him in there. I'm gonna go talk. You walk in and go, oh,
he's in a room full of people. He's like, oh boy, God.
Yeah. The power dynamics are so well written in this show.
I'm kind of busy right now.
Oh yeah, they really are, Adam. I agree.
He's like, okay, fine.
Hey, come on in. Come on in.
Yeah.
You want to tell the board why you feel your current assignment is not your current murder assignment is not important?
Even some of the body language, like Skinner's got his hand in his pocket and Mulder's got his hands on his hips. He's like, oh crap. All right, fine.
He walked right into it.
I went from one pile of crap to another.
Damn, look how long that suit jacket is on Mulder. It's almost down to his knees. Look at that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. He's just high-waisted.
That's him. He's a long leg, short torso man. Oh, that look from Skinner right there is like, okay, tell us.
I just think this is a waste of FBI resources.
It's so good. I mean, both these episodes are really establishing Skinner as a character.
Yeah.
And Mulder has no real defense for leaving the assignment. I mean, it is a crap assignment. There's no question about it. But he doesn't. He's got nothing. He kind of just has to eat it. I don't. Oh dear. I don't understand the bow tie discussion, but and this is he's whining now.
Yeah.
And she's like, where's the body? I can help. I know what you're trying to do, Skelly. Come on, I got nothing else to do. Clearly, I cut up bodies all day long.
It would be fun.
This is still
I
him
into
and
a body
his.
that's been soaking in that's been brewing in the sewer for who knows how long.
I mean, this is still him in his like I'm giving up phase.
Yes, especially after everything went so sideways in Puerto Rico, where again, I've got it all. I've got nothing. Now, screw it.
Yep.
Well, at least you're not in that little room anymore. That's a step up.
Oh, I think he said before she said, "I've got to warn you, Scully. I may reek of sewage."
Yeah. Oh.
This part is so disgusting and awesome. Because as soon as she takes the sheet off, she's like, whoa. And he looks like he smells. Whoa.
He's right, buddy.
Kind of talking about skin condition, no identification.
Well, and the effects for like the body and everything are just good enough. They don't go over the top. It's even now, I think it looks really good.
I love this. The opening of the cavity, that looks great.
I love all of her autopsy scenes. They're always really entertaining.
I can smell this picture.
I mean, I appreciate that they did all that with an actual man, because you can tell that's a real head. It's not a dummy. So I appreciate that they did that.
Great.
Yeah, everything looks really good.
The worm effect, though, is like, whoa, again, no low men for me.
Yeah, it's squirmy. Ugh.
She's like, whoa, what the heck is under the liver here?
As soon as I saw that, I was like, I remember like cutting one of those heads in half in like middle school like science class or whatever.
Oh yeah.
He's just hanging out there. Hey, baby.
Which actually kind of lends itself to the reveal at the end of this episode.
Yes,
based on the science.
Too, yeah.
Yep.
What's up, Melvin?
Howdy, Melvin.
What's up, Melvin?
Hey, Melvin. So, this guy is
this poor guy
just doing his job in the sewer.
Lord. I don't know how you end up in this line of work. It's a very necessary and important job. I just don't know how you end up here.
Well, I don't.
I thank the people that do it, but
yeah. I mean, I have to imagine it's a by choice because you look at the money, like the numbers that are paying out, and you go, yeah, it's worth it.
They get paid good.
Yeah. It takes a certain disposition.
Yeah, until a monster starts like devouring you,
that might do it.
Then suddenly the money is not so good.
I didn't have the monster eats me clause of my contract this month. Yeah, the poor guy, he's just getting dry. Ugh. I'll go get help. I'll go get help.
Nose blind. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that I think about it, since COVID, I might be all right with this job.
Oh, there's the bite. There's the bite mark that it made,
which is nasty.
Again, yeah, that's not good.
They'll show it again later, but ugh.
And this guy's a Cylon.
Everyone's a Cylon.
Yeah, I thought that too. It was like immediately, like, oh, it's the guy.
I don't know his name, but it's the guy. It's that
guy.
You know, apparently, Mulder can just walk into any medical exam as long as it's okay. There's no hint of privacy. Poor dude's there with his bum hanging out of that robe.
Well, this building doesn't even register to me as a real clinic or hospital at all. Like, this is...
Amelia likes the Cylons.
Amelia's a Cylon, too.
Hey, don't discriminate against short people.
So she's got him on antibiotics, and she's giving him a tetanus shot. And she's like, but he does have this peculiar mark on his back.
Oh, yeah, by the way.
Which is kind of the most glaring thing about any of this.
Something I've never seen before, but it's fine. It's fine. Just put some Neosporin on it, change the Band-Aid every other day.
Mm-hmm. Don't get it wet.
Hey, buddy, you mind if I look at your naked back? I'm sure. It's not the worst thing that's happened to me today. And actually, Mulder's tie is really put together with his outfit.
He thinks it was a boa grabbed him, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Yes,
because they're in the
Thor and Connie's like, yeah, I found an alligator down there once.
He's like, you know, something somebody flushed down the toilet or whatever.
Sure.
Which does sound ridiculous, but there's a reason. There's like, I mean, there's a reason. There's a like giant snake problem in Florida is because people just let animals go when they can't handle them.
That is a real thing. I mean,
yeah,
see, that's perfectly normal to me. That's no big deal.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I look at that and I just think that's a human with some really bright red lipstick. It's fine. It's a love bite. Look, I'm not here to like shame him on like his love making. Like,
there's 5 bonus holes for you, right?
Maybe she just likes to bite. You know, whatever.
Well, he also asked the doctors, "What can I do to get rid of the taste?"
Mulder, you might want to look at.
Mm-hmm. He's like, "All right, I'm just looking at a bite mark and some dude who was in the sewer." How was your day?
Yeah, I'll be down there later.
What are you wearing?
Yeah, she's like
shoulder pads.
It'll probably go away. Here's some gum. I mean, I would think a week like
that was the best. She's like, yeah, I don't know what it is. Here's a stick of gum. Don't worry about it. Why your mouth tastes funny.
It'll be fine.
Regarding the medical privacy, Eclectic says the current medical privacy laws didn't go into effect 2 to 3 years after this episode. Okay, cool.
Interesting.
Except
didn't know that.
And also, yes, cell phone with antennas. Those pull-out antennas.
Yeah, I did not have a cell phone at that point. I didn't have one until they didn't have antennas anymore, at least not external.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't have one until 97, and it did have a pull-out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when I got my first cell phone.
2003 was my first phone.
It was 2000 something.
It was a flip phone.
Yeah.
Those were the best. I had that Razor phone. That Razor phone was gold. Did that have an antenna?
No,
I don't remember. I don't think
Razor.
It did.
Razor, no.
Yeah.
The one from
that was the best. The Motorola Razor phone. I love that phone.
Yeah, I had.
Oh,
It's like,
damn.
Razor,
how
amazing
big do
phone.
they get?
Yeah.
Roman, beware. Melvin just linked a eBay link to
Oh, did you? Oh,
McFarlane
Melvin.
Fluke Man toy.
Why would you do that to me, Marvin? All right, I got to open
Oh.
this. Oh, it looks so. Oh, it's $74, Marvin. I can't spend $74 on a Fluke Man.
Yeah.
Let the bidding begin.
I don't want to. When we're in court for the divorce hearings, Melvin, you know what I don't want to have to say? Well, I bought the Fluke Man because I thought it was
Bought a
cool,
Fluke Man.
sir.
Okay, Roman, that's good. That's good. Keep it up for the stream. Once everything's over, then hit buy.
Then you can bid. Yeah. Any packages for me, honey?
Why does it smell like sewage?
So Mulder's like, how big do these
like,
get? I mean,
look at that. To do this. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, that picture looks way worse than what we saw in person.
It did,
Right?
yeah.
He's like, no, Mulder, that's insane. You'd have to be. And then she catches. She's like,
Yeah,
the
the picture actually
Yeah,
looks like
she's
it's
like-
real. Like there's real necrotic
Yeah.
flesh. Yeah, they're just gonna go Fluke Man
I'll be sure
forever.
to tell Mrs. of the Empire that and shows it. Well, I guess you've made your choice then.
Fluke Man will never leave you.
That smile on Scully's face is right there.
I know it was
With,
just
like,
like
everything.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So happy. She's just doing something that's interesting.
He's like,
I mean, because I
want a
forget
little
exactly
something
what.
better than telling Skinner that we caught a blood-sucking worm.
Yeah. Suspect is a giant blood-sucking worm.
I forget exactly what these things are called, but they reminded me a whole lot of those little, like, I think technically single-celled critters that you could, like, in like middle school science, like
I know the ones you're talking
cut
about.
in half and everything. You could give them two heads,
Uh.
or you cut them in half. Because that also goes along with they talk in this episode the fact that the creatures are hermaphroditic. They can like just create new ones from their selves. And the ones that I'm thinking of, planaria worms. I think that's what they were.
planaria.
Yeah,
Planaria.
Melvin found one for $39.
yeah.
That's
You
pretty
can
good,
you can
Melvin.
cut them in half, and it creates two of them, or you can cut them
Yeah,
partway in
that's
half,
true.
and they have two
Are
heads.
you, Melvin?
So yeah, they're crazy things. So I kind of like that they took the kind of that concept and ran with it with this episode.
Melvin, if you buy it for me, I'll pay you back. I promise.
Yeah, this guy coughs up. This guy coughs up a lure. Oh, that's where that lure came
it
from.
looks like
Oh,
a
yeah.
lunch.
That's why I
Dude, it's bad. I'm coughing that up. I'm getting out of the shower. I'm going immediately to the doctor.
Right?
I forgot about that. Oh yeah. That's more than a lung chunk.
Yeah. Ooh,
Ooh.
it's
Ooh.
squiggles.
No more low men. This guy is great too. The actor,
I like
whoever
him.
this actor is.
Oh
who
yeah,
plays the sewer boss.
Yeah.
He's very matter of fact about it all.
he's very believable in this role.
Not phased by anything.
What I liked
He's
about
like-
the whole
I,
sewer thing,
I like when
all
he's like, who knows what's growing down there?
all these guys are competent, right? Like, so they see the thing in the water, they catch it, all this kind of stuff. It's not just like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, I fell in the water accidentally.
Yeah,
Or
they're not
anything like
idiots.
that. Yeah, they're not idiots. They're
Yeah.
kind of competent. They're
Just working, man.
attentive, right?
They're just doing their thing. It's their job. They've been doing it for a long time. It's like any other job. It's
By
just
the-
theirs is
By the way, Roman,
disgusting.
this is Steve's job right here. Prophet of the Dragon.
Really?
He works at
Treatment plant?
a waste treatment plant. Yeah,
That's
or
amazing.
water waste treatment plant.
Wow.
I bet he has seen some Shia.
We need to ask him
See-
if he's seen any
I know
any fluke
the Fluke
monsters.
Man.
Seems like a place you wouldn't necessarily want to be smoking, considering.
I
some
was
of the
thinking that
fumes are-
exact same thing, dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
blow up.
Hold my beer. I'll smoke anyway.
He's like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's the 90s. That is only like second to like the 70s, and I'm going to smoke wherever I want to smoke.
Yep.
There
And
it
then there
is.
were pesky laws put in place.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that! It's Augustus. It's Augustus Gloop after he got sucked up into the tube.
It's been in there so long.
Not a chocolate river; it's a doo-doo river.
Yeah.
He looks happy.
So here's my question. Well, we'll get to it here when they show it, but like what they do with it is weird to me.
It is. I found that peculiar as well. It's like, and Mulder says the same thing though. He's having the same thought. Although even what they initially do with it is weird.
Right. That's what I mean. What they
there's like two levels of weird that happen here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Gillian Anderson cemented my love for girls with glasses. I'm pretty sure this is where it started.
Oh, then something gets shoved under the door.
Is this where
the tabloid?
Because it's a trope in a lot of other movies like Men in Black and stuff, where the actual National Enquirer is the real. Has like all the real stories in it.
Yeah, Weekly World News is sneaking out information.
Okay, hold on, Jacob, go back to. Nirvana stars in his Teddy. Okay, now I really want to know what that whole thing.
Yeah.
Now his widow and her new man even cuddle it in bed. Okay.
Oh wow.
I want to know what's going on there. Let's forget the rest of the episode.
No, I don't want to know. I don't know.
I'm with Mando. I do not want to know.
I'm going to ask a question because I don't remember. We didn't discuss it, but we may have just skipped over. Did Mulder get the phone call already? You've got a friend in the FBI?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's about to happen. Okay. It's about to happen because it happens after she gets this, and then they meet up.
Yeah, because it matters. Yeah.
He got it there in the doctor's office. After her phone call, he gets another phone call, and it's the guy. You've got a friend in the FBI.
And that's it.
So now we're zooming in on the tattoo that she saw at the autopsy.
And she didn't know what to make of it during the autopsy.
So Kurt Cobain died on April 5th, and the season premiered on September 16th. So.
Okay. All right.
Wonder if Chris Gardner was a Nirvana fan.
Yeah,
it's like in a psych ward.
The newspaper, did they make that themselves and then just add that in?
Oh, I'm sure they did. Maybe they did. They did all kinds of wacky stuff, kind of even inside joke Easter eggs.
Right. Well, and this is the thing, they put it in a psych ward. Why isn't this thing at at Area 51 or something?
Doesn't quite make sense.
It will get there, I'm sure.
Well, part of it. So Dimitri is the name on the arm. And she's like, how did you figure that out?
Yes.
Well, as soon as I figured out, I realized it was Cyrillic writing. I just had it translated. He's like, he's like, this was slid under my door. Huh.
Yeah, this was just slid under my door.
That tie is not good. That is a bad tie.
That's
the thing is,
it's got flukes on it.
Yes.
I was gonna say you don't even notice it because the fluke man is so grotesque. You don't even notice Mulder's tie.
Yeah, that is a pretty bad tie. The red doesn't match anything.
It's just it's This part again. So they caught the fluke man. He's in prison or in a mental facility.
Well, a fluke man.
More of that time. Oh yes, a fluke man. Yes,
but now Mulder's given. He's waiting for. Oh, then he had made the joke. He's like, I guess I do have to tell Skinner his suspect is a giant blood-sucking worm.
Yeah.
What's weird about that whole thing is they never
the
talk
look on
about
his face.
Does he anything about it? Does he talk? Is it how smart is it? Can it? You know what I mean? Can it open doors and stuff, or what's it just?
Well, it's got no junk.
Yeah.
Scully points that out.
But can it even see? or you know what I mean? There's like so many questions about it. That thing would be strapped to a gurney and have tubes coming out of it already.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, instantly.
Yeah.
And Mulder's just shocked here. He's like, "You're not even gonna discuss the suspect?" And he's like, "Agent Mulder, the oddities of the case are not lost on me. This is not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss your performance." All right.
Yep.
Fine. And this is where
Skinner's
we do have another
no nonsense look on his face.
Yeah.
Like,
and this is where we do get another understanding moment between Mulder and Skinner. He's like, you had two agents who could. Well, and you also find out that the other guy died. Sewer worker died. So it's committed two murders. And Mulder kind of unloads on him. He's like, you had agents that could have handled a case like this, and that we probably could have saved that other man's life. And he's like, yes, it should have been an X-File.
I love the relationship between Skinner and Mulder and Scully. He's always two steps ahead of them, like almost always. And they're young and they're uppity and whatever, but he's got a pretty good grip on things at the agency. He knows what he's doing.
Well, and I also like it. The relationship doesn't stay stagnant; it grows. So you're not just in the semi-adversarial thing with him the entire time.
They earn each other's trust over the show.
And this part is stupid.
Why would something like this be transported with one person?
Right.
Exactly. And it's the Marshal Service that's transporting it.
And not
because it needs to get evaluated.
I mean,
they need to evaluate
put
him.
it in a cage.
They need to evaluate him. It's not a man.
I mean, I guess, okay. Let me give him a little bit of leeway here. If the X-Files have been shut down, then maybe there's not this extreme reaction to extreme phenomenon kind of process in place. So that's giving them a lot of credit there. But yeah, this is dumb that one person is driving this dude.
I mean, just from a logic standpoint, let's just
in there.
As soon as I open up the door, I see Fluky is not where he's supposed to be. You know what I am not doing? Getting in that van. He already called for backup.
Yeah.
You know what I am not doing is getting out of the driver's seat. I am not going back there.
Shut the doors.
Why he
go off to the side, smoke a cigarette.
Idea.
Yeah. There's lots of other things you could be doing
for backup.
Yeah, just sit in the driver's seat and wait.
And he gets in there, and that shotgun becomes useless.
And immediately, because it's like, dude, who is that? Is he somebody? Because he looks familiar.
It's Morgan Spurlock, the Super Size Me guy.
That is a great
Fluke man for 100 days, and this is what happened to me.
That is a great mustache, though.
Yeah.
But here's the question: where did it go? Like he looks around. They look. He looks under it. He looks up in the thing.
I bet it went like way in the corner because it seems like it's a kind of.
Like, is it
because as we're about to see, despite it having like shoulders of a human, it can fit through a tube that is cleaning out a porta potty. So it is obviously much more squishy than what we might expect. So it could probably fit in any place in there.
Yeah, I do think that
I love
these that we're about to see is a little exaggerated in diameter, but
yeah,
it is. This is a squishy thing.
These scenes where monsters kill somebody, and it's like this little zooms out to this happy sign, like Betty, nature's playground.
Well,
it does it a lot in episodes.
Isn't that also like a like Friday the 13th thing? There's the young kids at camp by the lake. Yeah, it gives you that kind of vibe.
Now this gave me phobias porta potties for years.
I guess it really likes raw sewage. Like
also, Shieldwall. I don't think he walks. based on what we're seeing here, he kind of slithers. Because you see his
wiggles.
feet kind of pop into the porta potty.
And he leaves like a snail trail around.
And this again freaked me out for years because this was so.
Yeah,
I mean, you let's face it. You're out camping. You bring back some Taco Bell. It's 2 a.m. You got to go.
I have been on too many job sites with porta potties. And they're terrifying enough without.
But if you had Taco Bell, there's no way he can bite you because the blast from
dude, stop! I'm on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
What you have? The guapo?
The explosive force.
I mean, I had a plethora. I had a plethora of things.
Would you say I had a plethora of tacos?
Do you know what a plethora is?
I do got to say, all our jokes aside, the creature effects for this episode are fantastic.
Yeah,
they're quite so creepy, dude. So creepy.
They're very good considering the budget.
When you look at it like a still frame, it's kind of ridiculous and it makes you kind of giggle. But at the same time, it's just believable enough to kind of make your skin crawl.
It's enough.
Ain't nothing about the fluke man that makes me giggle. He is terrifying. Well, because he's human. He's semi-humanoid. It's this. This is disgusting. This is almost as disgusting as the fluke man himself. Yeah, bro, smoking.
I mean, this guy's got a
cigarette.
And with those nasty gloves on, it's like
buddy, I know your hands
okay. All right. So yes, I thought that too, because I've been smoking a cigar while fishing and like handled a fish and tossed it out, then reached up to grab my cigar, gone, oh God, this is terrible. Why did I do this? There is no way, gloves or not, I'd be getting those fingers anywhere near my mouth.
Nope.
Oh,
I like
so. Nay. And
again, he's smoking, right?
Yeah.
So,
also working around gases.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at some point, the smoke is going to smell better than the gas. So.
So they
I'm trying to remember the first time I saw a porta potty with a urinal in it, because the ones they had didn't have that.
That's a weird thing to wonder.
That came about a bit ago, but you're right. They didn't used to have it. It used to just be this one giant hole
the thing you sat on, and now all of them have that in there. Mm-hmm. Some have it and whatever.
Somebody's going to pee on the seat.
You know what's good about those things? If you had really bad food when you were in Turkey, you could sit on the toilet and go and vomit into that thing at the same time.
Oh, at the same time.
into the urinal. Yeah. That's We had a couple guys that
howdy T.
They wound up having to go to the hospital because they were so dehydrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
here
Mulder's
we go.
calling,
this is the imperative.
This is the phone call.
The X-Files must be brought back. Yes. Imperative.
You must solve this case. The case of the fluke man. All right.
And this is when we see like Mulder's like hyperhuman perception come into effect again, where he's like, oh, that thing that I just saw drive past as I drove up.
That's it. It's in there.
Yeah. The tanker truck. Gotta go get it.
Tanker? What's in the tanker?
What's in the tanker?
Goodness.
Just a fluke.
Just a
fluke.
And he gets the guy out there. Now, did he have to get this guy to the plant? Because this isn't his plant. This is like a different facility. This is where all the tankers go to dump their business.
I got the feeling that it was a central hub where everything went, that like he might already still be there for.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how, waste processing happens for cities and such. So I don't know if that's normal for something to go there for like a very central hub. I guess if you have a small enough city, it would be one hub where everything happened. So it makes sense.
And then they come to the conclusion that where does all this go? And it goes to back to these storm areas where it gets emptied out when they have flooding or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these people are like, "Hey, boss, what are we looking for?" It's got big red lips and a puppy looking. It's right there.
Imagine you're having a nightmare about a hooker.
Oh.
God.
Ooh. All right, I wasn't gonna go. Okay, never mind.
Okay, yeah,
I go there, so you don't have.
Yeah,
I probably should.
it's Jacob's channel, not Roman's channel. Roman's channel, I go a different route.
This guy also is like, I hate my job so much. If there's like three different groups of people that have hated their job.
I mean, would you really like that job though?
I think the engineering part of it would be interesting, like having to build it and problem solve. But yeah, the stuff that you're working with, no. Unless you much really, rather. Yeah,
it's a stinky job.
So here's where he's going over the lines and where they all ultimately go.
Find it where
he's good at his job.
Some guy saw something in an area that is for runoff from heavy rain.
Yep.
That goes off into the ocean, and they're like, "Oh, that's probably where it got in there."
Yep.
Well, let's go.
Yeah. And this guy's like, "I've got nothing better to do than to crawl around in the sewer. Let's do it."
Right?
The funny thing is, no one dresses like they're going down. Like these guys are dressed. They're wearing coveralls. They're wearing the proper gear. It'd be like, hey, can I get a pair of coveralls before I ruin my $600 suit in the sewer?
Right?
No, that's an expense. That's an expense you give to the FBI. It's like, ruin my suit. Here you go, boss. Reimbursement.
Mulder's face again. Respirators, maybe.
Oh yeah, respirators.
Gloves, maybe. I don't know.
At least.
There's a lot. I gotta pull this lever. That'll close it.
Look at that guy's face. That actor is great.
That's rusted shut. I'm gonna get out here for some leverage on this slick ledge.
Yeah, it's got like seaweed or something on it somehow.
It immediately goes in the water.
Yeah, and
of course.
He acts so calmly when he comes up. Oh, I'm okay. I just fell into some sewage. I'm okay.
And then, whoa!
Who hasn't fallen into sewage? But also that drain right there is that would have to be a combination sewage and a storm drain.
Yeah,
just based on the size.
Cleaner.
And he did say like earlier on that it's like one of the like older branches of the drainage system. Oh yeah,
Mulder's in the water.
Full body contact. That's what you need to get in there.
Exactly.
Pull the lever, get me out of here.
Yeah, and Mulder's especially calm going in there because he doesn't know. Well, no, he knows what is in there. That thing.
Yeah, when he pulls the lever,
that's a face only a mother could love.
It closes.
He comes from planet
on the Fluke Man.
Damn.
And you still got half the Fluke Man floating in the water, though. Oh, ick.
I mean, DNA evidence.
I mean, it does cut it in half, but as I said earlier, with the planaria worms, some of what they've done with this story are kind of based off of. You can cut them in half and still.
You'll get a couple of them.
Here's the question though. So cut it in half, right? So obviously the part with the head would probably grow the legs back, but does the leg part grow a head? And like
no, I mean, okay. So if you're going with the whole planaria like analogy, the head can regrow other things, but the other things can't regrow a head.
Well, it's not full Fluke either.
Yes.
And that's what Scully explains in this scene. The ship that they were on had been used to dispose of waste from Chernobyl. So you had human waste, you had the fluke worms, you had this radioactive stew that this thing grew from. So it is a hybrid human fluke worm thing. So what can it do? If you cut it in half, does it grow a new bottom? It's probably not going to grow a new top. You're right. It doesn't make sense.
So here's the question: if you cut it straight down the middle, right, would it then grow two of itself?
Yes.
Based on the whole planaria worm thing, yes.
But I would say the answer would be maybe. I guess it would depend largely upon its nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it has any kind of, if it has a brain or whatever, like we do, or a version of that, then I think you would effectively kill it with that. I don't know. I mean, we're talking about a thing that doesn't exist.
Well, did you notice that it has
analyzing it kind of hard?
It has the mouth, right, with the big fat lips with the hooks, but behind that were human teeth.
Yes.
That was
again, we're talking about science fiction here, where you're dealing with a human hybrid sort of thing. So maybe, but based on what we see at the end of this, that kind of reveal, I think that the thing is probably a whole lot more resilient than you might expect.
I feel like they, in the design of the makeup and whatever, they just put more of a tapeworm mouth on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that leads to other questions. If you shoot it, will it die?
Probably not.
Or exactly.
You just punching holes in tissue.
Right, exactly. Like, it doesn't have like vital organs. It's just like a amalgamation of goo.
Yeah.
It's icky.
Also, at the end of the day, yes.
Yeah,
end of the day, icky.
Oh yeah, because
that's like shows them some pictures of Chernobyl and
nature didn't make that thing, Mulder. We did.
We did.
Back to New Jersey,
Vancouver.
Apparently, this kind of thing just happens in New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is Jersey. I mean, what do you expect?
I did love the end here, though. It was because you kind of felt it coming, and then you got it though. It was like, oh.
My only thought of that tunnel with the lights in there was that's an awful lot of lights for a tunnel.
Yeah,
it does happen in New Jersey.
He knows.
I love that episode. Like I said, even with the flaws, it's such a fun episode. There's kind of just so many things happening there. You get your new FBI in guy, the relationship with Skinner. And from this, something is going to happen. I mean, as far as not the Fluke Man, mind you, but with Mulder and Scully. This is a track back, a path back. And there were so many, and you got the interesting characters in this as well that you got to see. So this is like I said, it's probably my favorite series episode. I know it has nothing to do with aliens or that stuff, but just bit for bit, I really love it.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
Creature of the Week reminds me of the old Kolchak, the Night Stalker series. That kind of vibe going on too.
Yeah, between the two episodes we watched for today, I think that the Fluke Man episode is definitely the stronger. The first one we watched it was basically a setup to bring everybody back.
Oh, there he is.
My man.
What's up?
He's got hands.
Looking good.
How do you think he grabbed people?
Almost.
If he has hands, is he not a man?
Yeah.
Roman is going to be on eBay after
Jerry,
this.
The Fluke Man lives.
Roman is going to be on eBay.
How much was that thing again? Is that?
There's a $39 version.
When did they make that?
Oh,
Is that
that
something
I
had in their
don't know.
closet for 40 years? Or?
Probably
I
around
think he
the
said this was a McFarlane version. If it's McFarlane, it's not that old.
2000,
But I'm not sure.
somewhere
I'd have
around
to
there.
check.
All right. He sure has a party mouth. That killed me.
I just want to see that end scene with the monster, but instead it's like a young Frankenstein. The monster starts talking, and
the Admiral.
it's really...
They tried to cast the Kolchak actor in this episode, but he refused, and he came on later in the show.
Oh man, that would have been gold if he was in this one. Yeah, I've seen some crap.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jacob, question here. If hands determine man, the raccoons are men.
Raccoons are men, yep.
No. Dastardly creatures.
No.
Oh, that got so weird.
I got news for you here.
Me too.
Man, this popcorn is so good. Oh, it's Pizza Man.
All right. Woo.
Oh,
that was good.
Yeah, that was good. Good start to the new year on the channel.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, that was the show, people. Thanks to everybody in the chat.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Had a good chat going on. A lot of people in. It was good.
Yeah, nice chat. Thanks, guys, for coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to see the dog that I'm dog sitting?
Yes.
Show dog. Oh my goodness, dog.
Oh, that's cute. I couldn't do that with him. He would eat my face.
Good dog.
Oh.
Is the dog wearing gloves? Is he wearing boots?
Good
What is that?
That's just his paws.
Those are his paws, Roman.
Oh, what a good boy.
He's a cute pup.
Squeaker.
Yeesh.
Yeah, a lot of good folks in the chat tonight.
Good
Thank you all
dog.
for hanging out with us. A lot of names we knew, some new names for me, but a lot of our old friends showed up. This was great. Good, definitely a good way to start the year. Definitely a good way to start the X-Files.
Yeah.
No, it's not a basset hound. It's a beagle.
It's a beagle.
Beagle, not a basset hound.
I'm glad that the X-Files have continued on because it's been a lot of fun. Because I know there was a little bit of a question if you were going to keep going with that. So I'm glad you did.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, I originally was going to do like a break from it and do something else, but I was like, man, that's a year to get back to X-Files. Like,
yeah,
no, we're doing X-Files. So I'm glad I chose that.
Jacob's got a bunch of other good stuff lined up too. Throughout the months.
Got some good stuff coming.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So we'll thanks for inviting me, Jacob.
Go around the
really
horn
appreciate
here.
it.
Yeah, man. Glad you could come. And you should be here for next week, next month too. On
next month I'll be here for 3 and 4.
Awesome.
Yeah, sweet. So yeah, let's go around the horn and plug anything we want to. Plug? Beard?
I'm going to be getting back into my usual gaming streaming coming up here this week. So Dishonored, 7 Days to Die with Squeaka. Yeah, that's always fun. And Dragon Age Origins. I'm also going to try to figure out how to work in the Batman Arkham Origins, because that was a fun game to play for Christmas, and I kind of want to finish it. So I don't know exactly when that's going to play into the schedule. Plus, you'll find me after the weekend. We're trying to figure out what our next, what we're going to use for our streaming platform going forward. So we're kind of on hiatus to figure that out. But you can always find me here also with Jacob, and on Thursdays with Roman. So looking forward to all that, getting back into things. So yeah.
Nice. Beer. Mando.
Okay.
I almost said beard Mando, but
I my translucent beard
It would not look right.
Beard tamed Mando. But that's weird. Never mind.
Yeah, that is a little weird. I will be on Roman's channel Thursday, and with me dog sitting a very energetic little pup. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to stream, to be quite honest. We'll see how it goes.
all right, cool. Shieldwall.
All right, so I'm going to be on Roman's channel on Thursday. We're going to be doing Pitch Black, the first of the Riddick movies. It's a good one. And,
Nice.
And then next week on this channel, we will be doing She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, 1949. Great Western, one of the cavalry trilogies that John Ford did. So looking forward to that. It's in color too.
Oh,
Yeah, which is which is a cool thing.
The
But it's a
only
good
one
movie.
of the three in color.
Yep. Yeah.
Adam, what do you got? You got anything going on?
Well, let's see. Tomorrow, my beautiful co-pilot Barbara and I will be on Total Recall, and we're going to be talking about Caveman, starring Ringo Starr.
Oh my god, I love that movie so much.
Well, then come by. You
They got that song. The song is great.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's for sure. And then every Friday here on B-Roll Stage, we do a live show called B-Sides, where we generally roast an old terrible movie. But sometimes they're good, sometimes not. You just got to roll the dice. So, yeah, Wednesday, tomorrow is Total Recall, and then every Friday on B-Sides with Barbara, Jay Goodwin, and all the usual suspects.
Nice.
Right on with it. Hey, Adam, it was good doing a show with you. This is our first time working together. It was good work.
Yeah, it's my first time working with everyone here, I think. But
it's a lot of fun, man.
Great pleasure to be here, and great pleasure to meet everyone. Thank you for the invite.
It was good to have you.
Sorry for the
definitely.
beard tickles being like down here, because it just happens.
Kind of like it.
Robin, what do you got?
So, as Shieldwall stated, this Thursday at 5 Pacific Standard, and that's when we are always on, folks, we will be starting our series of the Riddick films with Pitch Black. And we're going to have the Jinja Ninja James Harris doing art for us while we are doing our review of that movie. It's going to be fantastic. I forgot how good that movie was because I hadn't seen it in a long time. And man, I enjoyed the hell out of it when I was getting my screenshots in. So that one's going to be an awful lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that next week. And again, thank you for having me for this X-Files start off, Jacob.
Look, I mean, as good as that movie is, everything else aside, having James there drawing stuff,
It's really
his style and his technique with that movie, is going to be amazing.
Yep.
Yes.
Every we haven't had a show with James that I've been disappointed in what he's done. He always produces just extraordinary work.
It's amazing.
And on the fly, which is the most amazing part of it, he does it so quickly, and it is so well crafted.
He produces this amazing thing, and then we feature it like full screen, and he goes, "Oh, I didn't know you were doing that. It's not done yet." It's like, God damn, dude, stop being so humble.
I missed a spot.
I missed a spot.
Bro, it's awesome. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So we have that to look forward to next week, though. It's going to be or not next week. I'm sorry, Thursday. This Thursday, and that's going to
Yes.
be that is going to be
That'll be
something.
Cool. Yes, I will also be on Roman's show. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that one. That's a fun movie. Yeah, and next week is my 100th episode. So got some special things for that episode. So
Cool.
yeah. So yeah. That's all, folks. Thanks for coming. Had a good time. Had good stuff in the chat. I mean,
great chat
the
today.
chat
Yeah.
always brings up some good stuff. So it's good to have them. But yeah, thanks to everybody on the panel, and I hope everybody has a good week, and we'll see y'all next time.
Cheers.
Bye, everybody.
Later.